Agreed. Greetings and salutations.
The universe is just doomed. 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 Doomed.
Hi, welcome back.
It's us, Nicole.
And Tessa.
And Jim is here.
We're never letting that go.
Call me Surly.
And Liana is also here.
Yes.
Hey, guys.
And we've got the mic between them. So they're going to be louder than no
Betwixt.
mic at all, but not as loud as if it was just one of them
Right.
up on
Deal
the mic.
with it. And there may be an awkward pause if you get close to the mic to talk.
If they both, if they both scoot in
Right.
at the same time, they're going to almost guess you guys.
They're going to harmonize.
There's only a mic between them.
Only a mic between them.
We'll have them do a
Betwixt.
duet.
Yes. Harmonize, ladies.
So we're continuing our summer loving theme
Yes.
with Back to the Beach.
Oh, back to the beach, where you go back to the beach to fall in love again.
Yes, you do. And if you don't know, this is Frankie and Annette.
Yes.
If you don't know who Frankie and Annette are, you're probably
Then
too young
fuck
to be
you.
listening to this podcast. And before we get started, we have one new patron,
Yes.
our top dollar finest.
Hey now.
My very own cousin Lance. Thanks for joining us, Lance.
You know what? That's one more cousin than I've got.
That's a
Ain't
patron.
none of my cousins are patrons.
Yeah.
Ain't none of my cousins listen, I don't think.
Yeah. So thanks for listening.
So
And
there
thanks
you
for your
go.
money, cuz. Love you.
Daps.
Yep. So let's get into this pretty long cast.
Well, we have Frankie Avalon as
The Big Kahuna.
Annette's
Yeah,
husband.
Annette's husband, because he never has a name.
Well, he couldn't be known as Frankie. He couldn't be known as his own fucking name because the studios that did all them beach movies owned Frankie.
What?
So he could not be known as Frankie in this movie, even though that's his fucking name.
So he's just dad and the Big Kahuna.
right, and
Annette's
he's
husband.
credited as Annette's husband.
And Annette, of course, is Annette Funicello.
Annette.
The biggest titties on the Mickey Mouse Club.
Nobody's jugs are bigger than Annette.
And you'll find out why they said that.
Yeah,
in
because
Back to the Beach.
she's got big jugs. And also, similarly, she could not be known as a Dolores or a Dee Dee
Because that was her name in
because
those movies.
those were her names in the movies, I guess. And that's what the studio also owned that name. So she just got to use her own name.
Yeah. Interesting.
But whatever.
Lori Loughlin.
Oh.
As Sandi.
It's not going to stop. Not ever. Not now. Not ever.
Tommy Hinkley as Michael.
Demian Slade as Bobby.
Connie Stevens as... What?
I want my $2.
I want my
yeah.
$2.
That kid was cracking me up.
I
Oh my
loved
God.
him. I love
He's so
Bobby.
good in it.
Connie Stevens as Connie.
Joe Holland as Zed.
He was kind of hot.
He kind of was.
Zed could
He was
kinda
like a
get
little
it.
bit. Yeah, Zed.
He was giving me a little, you know what, he was
Towards the
giving me a
end.
little Jonathan Rhys-Meyers or
bit,
something.
a bit
Yeah.
with the glam and the
Uh-huh.
little eye. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
girl. Yes, that strong jawline. I was here for it a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be on Zed's beach.
Unlike John Calvin as Troy, he cannot get it.
Troy can never, ever, ever get it.
Never
Not in
gonna
his.
get it, never gonna get it.
Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it.
Never gonna get it, never gonna get it.
Never gonna get it. Never get it.
David Bowe as Mountain, and he's in a ton of stuff. I feel like
Yes.
he's in so many things.
For a
from them.
second, I thought he was Booger, but I'm like, no, it's just
No.
the guy that like reminds me of Booger.
And was he? No. Was he in Point Break?
Oh my God. Wait. Was he the guy that either stalked and attempted to rape Donna Martin, or
Maybe.
or was he the guy that broke into the Peach Pit and robbed Brenda?
One way or the other. I think he
One
was
way
in the 902.
or the other.
Yeah, I
he
know.
was on that motherfucking show.
So yeah, look up David Bowe.
Yeah, he was
B-O-W-E.
like, no, that's
You'll
not
know that
him.
face.
That's not him. But yeah, he's been in a ton of shit. And then Frankie Avalon Jr. and Tony Avalon, Frankie Avalon's sons, were just band members. They were out there somewhere.
Oh, they were just in the crowd somewhere.
Right. Do you have
The rest I have, I think, is cameos pretty
Okay.
much.
Yeah, me too.
Rodney Bingenheimer.
As himself. I seen him once
Yeah.
outside of a show, and I was like, the fuck is Bangs over there? And I was like,
Bangs.
oh shit, that's Rodney Bingenheimer.
He was indeed the robber of the Peach Pit.
Oh, he did. Okay, so he
nice,
was the
okay.
robber. Okay, good. Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh. that felt good.
Dick Dale as himself.
Stevie Ray Vaughan as himself.
Don Adams as the harbor master.
Fishbone.
Fishbone the band. Who else do I
Barbara
got?
Billingsley as the announcer of the surf
the whole
competition.
cast of fucking Leave It to Beaver.
Yes.
At the surf
including,
competition.
I was going to say Tony Dow.
And Jerry Mathers.
We also have Bob Denver.
And Alan Hale.
And Alan Hale is the bartender and the bartender's buddy.
And of course, Paul Rubens as Pee-wee. The best part of that movie. I mean, even though he doesn't really even interact with any of the characters and he just
shows up to the party.
But everyone knows
it was
Pee-wee.
100% Pee-wee.
Yeah.
Taking off on that fucking rocket surfboard with handlebars.
See, we had a flying car last time. Now we got a flying surfboard.
And we also have Frankie Avalon again.
And we have, what's his name? The guy who played Vince Vaughn.
Kooky. Lend me your comb.
Yes, Kooky. So
Ed Burns,
Yeah.
Ed Burn, Ed EDD, Ed.
Yes.
He's got too
I
many
think that's
D's
correct.
in his name for an Ed.
And that's all I have, I think.
That's all I have as well.
Okay. So let's go.
They're on a TWA plane 25 years
There
ago.
was so much room.
I know.
I know.
It was a roomy flight. And even then, it wasn't. But I guess it was.
Terrible upholstery.
Yeah,
How do you
well,
say that word?
upholstery. My grandmother worked for TWA for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
I feel
I
like
don't know what she did, but she worked for
did
TWA.
in LA or Vegas they have like a fake TWA lounge that you can go visit and hang out in.
What?
Yeah, it's like a
How
bar
funny.
lounge.
That
a
sounds like
TWA
Vegas, doesn't it?
recreation. Yeah.
Sounds like Vegas.
But I think there's one in LA too.
There
Interesting.
could be, because that's the one she worked
It
out
might
of.
be fun to go to.
Oh, it might be. I don't fly, but like I won't
Oh,
have to.
no, you won't
It's
have-
just to
yeah.
go like
You still get the
pretend.
experience.
Oh, I can go pretend.
Yes.
I like that. I like that. I like to pretend. So 25 years ago, my parents were the most popular teenagers in
And
America.
we see real footage of like this is really who Frankie and Annette were.
Right. He was like the surf idol, a teen idol, and whatever. And my mom joined the cult
Yeah, the
of
Mickey
the
Mouse.
Mouseketeers.
Exactly. And we get some footage of her.
I wonder how they got that. Because it, like they called it a cult, and still they were
They
able
still
to
let
use,
him
like,
take it?
Mickey Mouse Club.
I guess because he was just a smart ass kid. It
Well,
was
either
like
that
whatever.
or it was like maybe public use by that point.
Maybe. And he talks about how the surf accident that
Right.
Dad had a big surf
20 years
accident
ago,
and we
he had
moved to Ohio.
The wave knocked the Kahuna,
Kahuna
out of him.
Dad. Yep.
So they moved to Ohio, and now the Surf King sells used cars.
And he's doing this fake surfing ad like
With
on a
this-
green screen or
My
whatever.
hair, this
My hair.
fucking hair.
My hair.
I spent a lot of time on my hair.
And he works
hit
at
it.
Friendly Ford. And we're going
Yes.
to talk about, and then he mentions later he wants to sell someone a used Ford
Yes.
Fairlane. I'm like, see,
It's
weird
just fucking
references.
But this is what our entire life was. That's the thing.
Yeah.
This is just what our entire life was. It was all the same shit over and over again in different ways.
Yeah. And so the kid's talking about how his dad forgot to have fun, but his mom is still cheery, but she has one quirk. And she has
that
this
Skippy
industrial
peanut bottle?
size Skippy peanut butter
There's
can.
something, but didn't she do like the Skippy commercials?
I think she was the Skippy lady.
She was the Skippy lady,
She did
right?
the ads for Skippy. I
I
remember
believe
her.
that she did, so it would make sense.
I
that
feel
she
like in like a
has
gingham dress
this
or something.
pink, most likely because
same
she's
one.
got the whole fucking pink setup. The poodle is perfect. The kitchen is perfect. The Skippy is perfect,
And not even peanut butter and jelly.
No, it's just peanut butter.
just peanut butter.
Peanut butter and Wonder Bread.
I wonder if he was
Dry.
scared of like choking to death.
I
on
know. He
dry
was like, I'm
peanut butter
scared because every
sandwich.
time, well, that and the
That's
smell
some
most
dry
likely.
sandwiches.
Because I know exactly what it smells like when you put a peanut butter sandwich in a metal lunchbox
And let it sit all
for
day.
most of the day until you got to lunch. And it's like a school bus metal lunchbox that she puts this little.
Like as if this kid is going to take that to
I know.
school.
Oh, I should have got my little switchblade comb that he's
Oh,
got.
yeah.
I got one. I finally got one.
And he's like a little hoodlum. He's like graffitiing inside
Oh, I
the
know,
house
in the
and
house.
shit. While she's making, nobody stops him.
No,
Nobody has any
no.
control over this child.
Well, we find out later they don't give a shit about this kid because he disappears.
I
for,
know.
like,
And he's so mad. He's just like angry about the peanut butter. He's angry about
right, like
everything.
I'm mad about all of this, Ma.
He tries to sit down and take a beer out at the breakfast table.
He's
got
gonna
to
smoke. And she just calmly takes it out of his mouth, like, get that out of your
You
mouth.
can't upset Annette.
No, you really can't. She's got a lot of hair.
And she's like ready for apocalypse times. Her fucking cabinets are
She
full
is
of canned
stocked.
goods.
Yes,
She's ready.
That's what you do. It's what you do.
So they decide it's vacation time. They need to get away.
She shops a lot.
Oh yeah, she shops. That's what I mean. That's why the pantry's so full.
Right.
But she shops for food.
She's
just for
got it
canned
all like
goods.
these perfect brown paper bags strapped to the top of this like woody.
Yes, and so many. That was like 20
She's
bags
got to
of
drive
groceries
so slow
to make
so
sure
that
those
the
groceries don't
oranges
fall
and the
out,
carrots and the baguette does not fall out the top of
tumbling
the
out.
perfect brown paper bag.
So yeah, it's time to go to Hawaii.
Yes, they're going on vacation, but they have a layover for 10 hours in LA to
where
see
their
their
daughter
daughter,
lives.
Sandy.
And the flight attendant recognizes them as
You're
Annette and the
Frankie
big
and Annette.
Chihuahua.
Yeah.
It's the big
Kahuna.
Chihuahua.
That's right, because they couldn't say Frankie.
Everybody keeps saying the big Kahuna
Something else.
wrong.
The big
throughout
crapola.
it. Yeah. And as soon as they mention,
asshole.
oh, I know.
I hate him.
He fights with his kid like right
He's
in
like
front
abusive.
oh yeah, he's
little
like
bit.
trying to strangle this child.
He does a
multiple
couple times,
I mean, the
like
kid's a
raise
dick,
his back.
but-
Well, the kid's a fucking dick, but the kid's probably a dick because his dad's
an asshole.
abusive. His
Exactly.
dad over tweezes his eyebrows,
Mom's
And-
addicted to peanut butter.
and she's
overfluffs
addicted to
his hair.
peanut butter, and he overfluffs his hair like
Both
what?
of them.
Oh,
The volume.
it's so much hair.
So much.
Some 80s moose.
That's
Or
crazy.
something like these clips that she puts like barely, and it's like a whole nother situation on top. It's got to be like 3 or 4 pieces,
Right?
right?
It has to be some additions to the wig there.
It can't be all of her real hair. I refuse to believe it. I know goddamn well that's not all of Frankie's hair.
It's like 5 hairs.
I know goddamn it's like 5 hairs. It's not all her hair. It's like 5 hairs.
So they land in LA and cut to surfers, Muscle Beach.
Yes.
Like all, we
It's
get our
like the
little make
whole
sure you know
fucking
you're in
thing.
fucking
Absolutely.
LA.
Of course.
And he's talking about in Bobby's in the airport, like, where's all the celebrities? And here comes OJ Simpson.
Oh no.
Because mom picked up his bag by mistake. And then he's like, do you know who that was? But as he runs away, he like trips and falls.
does a
and eats
Nordberg?
shit. He does a Nordberg.
He's like, well, maybe not.
No,
And,
maybe
like,
that's not him.
who steps on his hand?
I think the dad. I think Frankie does.
That's right. He does. He steps
like, "Oh,
on his
excuse
hand
me."
with his like tiny little lizard boot.
with his
couldn't fit in
Pazuzu.
the
His little
glove.
pazoozes, click, clack, clickety, clack, clack, clackety, clack, clack, zoot, zoot, zoot.
Yep. And then meanwhile, they call Sandy to tell her
So
they're
they
coming.
have not told her that they were coming beforehand. They
No.
call her from the fucking
Yeah.
airport.
Surprise.
We're here on a 10-hour
and
layover.
she's got to be what, in her 20s?
I would imagine.
And did he really think his daughter was living alone in LA and wasn't getting laid?
He's like weirdly attached to his daughter's
But
virginity.
then not. Like, well, yeah, he's attached to her virginity. But like, he's like, she's all daddy's girl
I know,
in the
but,
plane.
like-
But then once they get there, other than wanting to beat up her boyfriend, he doesn't even interact with her.
I know.
He like barely speaks to
No,
her.
he goes and hangs out with the fucking
With the
boyfriend
boyfriend.
instead, who he thinks might be his kid.
Not
Yeah,
not
that
in the
plot
beginning, but
point.
yeah.
No, not in the beginning, but later on.
So yeah, they call. They leave a voicemail. They leave a message on the answering machine. tape,
Yes.
saying they're coming, but Sandy and Michael are all asleep in bed and they don't hear it.
No, she doesn't hear it until later.
And then Dad's all obsessing in the car on the way there about the we're not home. Who's we?
Right.
Like,
Who's
why
we?
would you have like girl roommates potentially?
Right.
I know,
At
like
that
you,
time,
She
like,
does
group
live
of
in a
girls living
studio
together?
apartment
She lives
practically on top of a
on
bait
the pier.
shop on the pier.
on the pier.
So yeah, they get there and are like, "What the fuck? She lives, on the pier."
She's like, I remember when you lived under a pier one summer. Like, why are you dragging your daughter right now?
And where
and
you-
her place is fucking cute.
"And are you supposed to drive your car down the pier?"
I don't think so.
I was wondering that
Did they
too.
forget?
How are they going to get out of there?
I know they got to back up
Gotta back up a mile.
all the way. Like, I didn't see any other cars.
So it's not till they're walking up that Sandy
She
and Michael
sees- she's like,
finally
"Oh, fuck."
realize.
She gets the message and looks out the window, and they're
already
walking up the
there.
pier. So she starts tossing all of his shit.
into the ocean. Is there not a window that didn't open into the ocean? Like you couldn't have
They're
thrown it out on the pier?
The pier.
But I mean something that would have dropped onto like
At least 3 sides of it.
I know, right? That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I don't know. She panicked. She panicked.
yeah, she throws all his shit out. And he's
And
like,
that
"No,
guy,
let's
what's
just tell
he
your
from?"
parents." I know he looked familiar too, Michael, who was
I forget even fucking. We just said his goddamn name, and I forget what it was. But yeah, he's
like,
another
"No,
thing.
let's just tell your parents. Like, we'll tell them
Right.
right now." And she's like, "No." And then when
Well,
his
she's like,
dad
you've been
starts
living here for 6 months, and I just never fucking told them.
when her dad starts using her little brother as a battering ram
Yes.
to get into the house, Michael's like, all right, I'm out
outta
of here.
here, yeah.
Fucking jumps out the window. So yeah, and poor Bobby. And now Annette didn't stop this shit. She stopped him from strangling him. She stopped him from slapping him upside the head, but she did not stop him from repeatedly smashing this kid's head into this door.
Well, they needed to get in.
You could have just waited.
They
2
needed
seconds.
to get in.
So yeah, he immediately goes in searching for who was in here.
Right. And he goes in the bathroom and he's like, wait a minute. There's like
Aftershave
and 2 toothbrushes and like.
And he looks out the window and sees Michael swimming away like that motherfucker.
Right. So he takes Bobby down to
go
beach
beat this
to
kid's
go, like,
ass.
Come on, Frankie.
And Sandi tells her mom the truth, and mom's solution is, let's go shopping.
You're right. We got to go shopping. That's what you do. So meanwhile, Not Frankie and Bobby are down on the beach and they wander onto Zed's beach.
Oh, yeah. He knocks over all of Zed's.
Just like Pee-wee.
Yeah. Knocks over all the surfboards.
You know, this is the private headquarters of the Satan's Helpers.
Only this time, what was their name? I can't remember.
It was just Zed's beach. They're like surf punks.
And he starts talking shit about their sissy boards about my day.
Right? Like they were big and long.
And
long.
he's trying to shame their
He was trying to shame their shortboards.
And then he knocks down more of their fucking
harder
surfboards.
to surf on shorter surfboards than
Right.
it is on longboards.
How could you? If I was just standing there in front of my green screen, it's way easier this way.
Right? And that's where I wrote a note like, damn, Zed is kind of cute. Like right there.
He got them eyes. I don't know what it is. He cute.
Look at the eyelashes.
He's all emo. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe
He's a
that's what
little
it
emo.
is.
Sorry, guys. Zed's dead.
No!
Oh, Zed's dead, baby.
When did he die?
94.
Oh,
wow. Like right
Like
after?
30.
Wow.
So within less than 10 years after
What
this was
happened to
made?
him?
Heart attack.
Heart attack? Was he like 35?
I mean,
Well,
some drugs.
Oh,
it could
maybe.
be.
You're not allowed to talk.
Jim.
Jim's really bringing the room down
Right?
tonight, you guys.
Yeah, thanks,
Bring the room
Jim.
down. I'm sorry.
I was hot for Zed, but now Zed's dead.
He's beautiful forever.
That's true. And you said it was like he died before he was 30.
Yep.
Live fast, die young, leave a good looking corpse.
Yep, he sure did. So now Sandi and Mom are out waiting by the car.
Right.
They all meet up with Dad and Bobby, and they head over to Daddy-O's.
Daddy-O's, which is like a pineapple under the sea.
Kinda, yeah. That's the facade.
Annette is like, oh, Dick Dale, let's go say hi. And
So
he's
they
like,
know Dick Dale.
we can come back in the year 2000 and Dick Dale, we could go say hi to Dick.
And that's a fact. They could have, right? He lived.
He didn't die until after.
Died fairly recently.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
was
feel
going to
like
say, they could have come back in the
It's
year
only
2000.
been a couple of years. Well, did he outlive? He outlived Annette.
Oh, yeah.
I know Dick Dale out.
What, 2010 is when she passed?
She started when she did this movie. I feel like it was like the last full length movie that she might have done because she started feeling like the effects. This is where she got like diagnosed with the MS.
Oh, okay.
Big Dale died in 2019.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
So he lived. Is Frankie Avalon still alive?
Yeah, he's still going.
Oh shit!
An asshole to people.
Just being a dick to
Chicken.
people with that
I was
fucking
front
hair.
row seeing Dick Dale at the Hootenanny years ago.
Yeah.
He went down to like one string and was still
That's
just
crazy.
killing it.
Dang.
It was amazing. That was
I've been to the Hootenanny.
Yeah, Frankie is 84.
Only 84.
Really? I thought he'd
he'd
be older.
Jinx. Uh-oh. No one can talk on the podcast
Oh shit!
now.
Now we gotta get quiet. Oh fuck!
Oh, no. We both
Oh no!
we have
I'm
to punch
jinxed.
each other.
Oh no! We gotta go outside and punch each other.
So Sandi works at Daddy-O's.
Yes.
And Mom wants to go in, say hi to Dick, and hang out. And he's like, first he's going to wait in the car, but he decides
He's like, well,
going to.
whatever. I'll go 5 minutes, but we got to catch a plane. That's like they're going back to the airport to fly out to Hawaii.
Right, because they only had that 10-hour layover.
Right.
And that's when Vince Fontaine greets Dad.
He's parking cars. He's combing his hair, Kooky.
And this mesh-shirted Troy starts flirting with Annette, this fucking shirt.
With a stunned mullet.
Stunned mullet. What a weird name for a drink.
I mean, I know that's a fish.
Oh, is it a fish?
It's a
Okay.
fish.
So I guess that's why. That's boring.
I know. He tries to he's like, drink my coconuts. I've drugged them.
Right?
Probably. Troy looks like the type. Troy looks like the
does.
type you better cover your drink.
He looks like he's a virgin.
Oh, yeah. He's never actually seen. He does not.
He's a real Kaniki.
He's a real Kanicki.
You think he's like
Tells a lot of
he acts like
stories,
he's all
but
ladies
he lying.
man, but he
He's
got a
lying.
he got a rusty condom in his pocket.
Oh no. You're
Rusty. I don't know why it's rusty. It's falling apart.
It's that salt air.
Hey, it rusts anything. Salt air.
Salt air.
Salt air.
Salt air.
So yeah, Frankie walks up. He's like, "Oh, this man's hitting on my lady." And
Right. He drinks his
his
coconuts.
drink. Stunned mullet. Like,
yeah,
he knows exactly what it is.
I've been doing that since the olden days.
That's how he got Annette to begin with.
Well.
So yeah, so Troy goes back to Bridget or whatever, this other girl.
Yes.
So now Dad's still trying to go until Connie spots him.
And Connie, calm down. Connie, calm down.
This man is not that attractive.
He really isn't. He's kind of a fucking asshole, but you built a shrine
In
your bar
to the Big Kahuna.
to this man, like right in front of his wife. Like, you know better.
And she's like telling him how great he looks and smooching him up. And then she's like, "Oh, Annette, unfortunately, you look great too."
Right? And she like cut her out of the pictures in the shrine.
We're fucking rude.
Kind of hilarious.
I know, kind of a little bit.
The
It's just
obvious hole.
like just her
It's
face.
just a hole in it.
Because he was like,
yep.
everything I care about is in this shrine. She's like, well, not everything.
Something seems to be missing.
She cut my head right out of this. Like she's Joan fucking Crawford. What is this?
So now she wants to leave, but yeah,
He wants
he's like,
to
no,
stay.
now I
She's
want to
like,
stay.
You gotta sing.
Oh Lord! And you know this man hasn't sung in fucking 25 years, so
Well,
she's like,
and he
"What?"
should never sing again.
It's not great.
He should never sing again.
He did better with Beauty School Dropout in the 70s, but
Right?
yeah, this
That
was not a
far
great
better.
song.
I'm going.
And fucking Bobby, Mom, am I adopted? And if not, could
Can
I be now?
I love this. Same, Bobby.
kid.
Same.
He's hilarious.
Same 100%, Bobby. Like that's a valid emotion.
Yes, I
'Cause
am
I'm
right
feeling
there
it
with
too,
you.
and I'm not even his son.
So yeah, so his wife and kids sit there and watch this, just like aghast, like just staring at him with their
Gooped
mouths
and
open.
embarrassed.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
Well, because also the daughter and Annette, Sandi and Annette, like Connie runs out there and they're like,
Yeah, she's all pissed. Like, what the fuck?
right.
And then when they're done, she's like, "Oh, by the way, we missed the fucking plane."
Yeah. And
Oh,
he's
it's
like,
fine.
Oh, bummer.
Oh.
That's whatever. Like we can
And he
just
tells
hang
her-
out.
Gotten on that plane with her daughter, and just because this was
Or her son.
she should have just taken her daughter
right.
away. It would have been fine.
Whatever. She probably couldn't get the time off of work. I bet you Sandy be like, no. Or
Got my
Connie.
shift at the bait shop.
Right.
But yeah, so she's like, "We're going home." Or no, he tells her, "Lighten up," and she's like, "Lighten up."
Lighten up.
I'm
You
the
were
fucking
one-
happy, cheery.
I know. Like you're
singing.
the one that doesn't know how to have any fucking fun. And now we're here and we're stuck here. And now all of a sudden, now that I see Connie,
Right.
I'm having the best fucking
Her
time.
hairstyle was really cute, though.
I know. I
Connie's
love her
hair was
fucking
so-
hair.
Her hair was adorable. Her whole kind of
I
look.
love her little vibe. She
Yeah.
was super cute.
If she wouldn't have been
She
such
was
a,
like 60 at the time.
if she
I
wasn't
know,
so
she
hot
looked
for
great.
Frankie, it would have been.
What else was she in? She's probably on the fucking Golden Girls or like
Oh,
Murder She Wrote or like whatever.
I'm sure she's somebody.
Oh,
I feel
I'm
like she's like
I'm sure she's
Well,
somebody.
She was a singer in the.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I know. I kept thinking of Connie
was-
Francis. I'm like, no, she's not
Yeah,
Connie
Wrong one.
Francis. She's
Fisher's
Connie
mom.
Stevens. She what?
Jolie Fisher's mom.
Oh, you
Yeah,
could
so
see
she
it.
Married Eddie
You
Fisher
can see it.
after,
Eddie Fisher
after
after
what's her
Elizabeth Taylor.
and then after Carrie Fisher's mom.
Oh,
spacing on her name.
I'm trying to blank.
You know.
Debbie Reynolds.
Oh my God!
It's not Debbie Reynolds.
Yes,
Debbie
yes,
Reynolds. Yes,
Okay.
I kept thinking Connie Stevens, and I'm like, no,
I
that's who
know.
we're talking
Different blonde. Different blonde.
yes. Oh my God, that hurt again. Ow!
Yeah, she was in tons of movies and stuff.
But yes, you're right. I did. I loved her hair. In fact, next time I come over next week,
You
I
want me
want
to
a Connie
give you a
Stevens.
Connie
Give me a
Stevens?
Connie Stevens.
see what I
Get
can
those
do.
big rollers. And roll it
Yes,
back
I
and
got
then
the big
feather it
rollers. I
out.
could do. Yeah. I just need a structure to begin with. I got entirely too much hair. I got to do something with this.
Layers.
Before you get the Annette,
I don't want to have. I wish I had as much hair as Annette. I don't.
it's a lot.
I don't.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of hair.
That much either.
She's got so
has
much hair and her
5.
legs are so skinny. I'm surprised she
She's
stays
so
upright.
thin.
Between the hair and the titties, I'm
Yes.
surprised she don't
Single
topple
boobs,
over.
so she didn't fall
She's
over.
structurally
Yeah.
unsound.
Maybe she has huge feet.
That's what I was just about to say.
They do
You
show
took
her.
that fucking. She's got big feet.
They show her
That's it.
feet though, and you can't tell.
Monstrous, I'm sure. Well, they showed the shoes and they were tiny.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's structurally unsound. We're back to this.
Yeah, she's a bumblebee. Like
She's a fucking bumblebee. She doesn't.
Another connection to Greece, so she was in Greece too.
Which
As the
one?
teacher.
Connie Stevens?
Yeah, as the
Oh, there
that's
you go.
Right.
There you
she
go.
Was. And Frankie Avalon was in the first one.
Yep.
Hey now.
Connections.
Sandy.
We did Sandy.
But so he wants her to. He wants to leave now, and he wants her to come with him. And she's like, no. And he goes, well, if you don't come now, don't come later. And she's
Right?
like, how about
Never.
never?
And everyone's like, yeah.
Boo. And then so Sandy comes home and Michael's lurking in the dark in the towel and puts his hand over her
Right?
mouth. You live here.
I know.
Why would you not just be in there with the lights on doing your fucking thing? Why are you
I
trying
know.
to scare
'Cause
the
he
shit
doesn't
out
have
of your
any
girlfriend?
clothes. I know. It's like that's like full on rapist behavior.
And she
He was
bites
like,
his hand. He's like, whoa, what the fuck?
rightfully so.
But she's got all, I don't know why. I guess because she figured Frankie would go back to the hotel is why she came back to, because they had a hotel. He said something
Right.
about a hotel.
Yeah.
And so she went home, her and Bobby, to this little studio. Where were they all going to sleep?
I don't know.
Because it doesn't ever show that.
Nope.
And so, yeah, he's like, they break up because
Right. She's like, I got to deal
I gotta
with
deal with
this
my
right now.
parents,
And
and
he's like,
so-
well, fuck, I guess I'll walk naked into the night then.
yes,
Fuck me, right?
he's going to walk naked into the ocean.
Straight into the sea.
Goodbye, Michael.
And Mom
Goodbye.
tells Bobby, oh, your father will be back. And he's all, you're awful sweet, Mom. And then she goes, and then I'll make him suffer.
Right. They deserve each other. As
Right?
this movie goes on, you're like,
You're like,
wow.
oh, I don't feel that bad for Annette.
You both kind of suck.
They
And
like
you
to play
deserve
this
each
game
other.
with
They
each other.
do. And they
Yeah.
involve everybody else. That's the worst part. You want to play this fucking game, that's fine.
Right? You don't got to involve the whole beach town.
The whole beach community.
Now, Gilligan's pouring dad drinks at the bar.
Yes. And
In his Gilligan outfit.
he wants to tell him the story.
Yes, he's like, oh.
He's like, you want to hear it? He's like, not really.
no. He tries to tell him a couple times. Oh, I'm going to sneeze.
Oh, that gazoon
Ooh.
type.
That
That's
was
my
sound.
girl, because her gazoon be tight, baby.
So now back to Sandy's apartment. Mom's making peanut butter sandwiches again while
course.
Sandy lays out their shattered lives. But Mom's like, well, I have a solution.
Pajama party.
And again, where were all these dozen girls going to sleep? In the
I
studio
don't
apartment on top of
No,
the bake shop
They
in a
needed
pile.
to have a musical moment.
And this is where Bobby's like, who? Bobby who?
yeah, he's
Because
gone.
Bobby's out in the fucking wind. He's like looking through the window like, do I get to sleep inside
I
tonight?
know, with like that. No, you got to sleep under the pier.
Yeah. She just like leaves him out there while they have a pajama party.
And they do a little dance number, and like the surf punks come in, and they like get rid of the surf punks.
And Zed goes like right up and starts dancing with Annette. Ooh.
I know he's a good dancer too. Girl. I've
Right?
seen that rhythm.
I know. That's why I was like, they should have let the punks stay. The party probably would have been a lot more fun.
I know. It would have been more fun for me.
But no, they throw things at them until they
Yes,
leave.
and they leave. Well, it's a pajama party. It's a spend over for girls only.
Yes. And then Dad back at the bar, he's all getting drunk, asks Connie, what is a kahuna anyway?
Right? And is it good to have a big one? Yes.
Oh,
Yes, Frankie, it is.
And now Gilligan's talking about the professor again. Like, hey, you
Right,
wanna
I
hear
knew
more
this
about it?
guy that could make anything out of these. He could make a nuclear reactor out of these coconuts, but he couldn't fit a 2 fucking
Couldn't
foot
fix a
hole
2-foot
in a
hole
boat.
in a boat.
That was always a
That was
big
always the
question for
joke,
me.
yeah.
Like, well, that's always a really good question because really you couldn't fucking. I mean, like there was a couple holes,
Right.
but I feel like with a professor and a skipper and a Gilligan, between y'all, you could have figured something out.
Somebody
How
should
else
have
were
been
they
able
gonna
to.
meet the Harlem Globetrotters?
I know when the Harlem Globetrotters were like also stranded, but then somehow got off, but no one else did. That's weird. Yes. Oh my God, I need to watch Gilligan again. I used to watch
I
so
know.
much Gilligan.
So did I. I feel like it's on. Oh, I know it's on one of the.
I would
free
watch. It was
streaming
like
ones.
it was like the Partridge Family and Gilligan and the monkeys that were like all on this. Like all it was like all in these blocks in like a weird daytime television like basic cable
Yeah.
thing. But that's where I watched all this shit in Syndicate. Well, obviously I wasn't alive at the time.
Obviously.
Obviously.
You went back to the past to watch Gilligan's
I
Island.
did. I time
live
traveled.
as it aired.
That's the only thing. In fact, I invented time travel, but I'm not sharing it with anybody because I've been
Yeah.
using it to watch Gilligan for the first time.
That's right. So now Dad wakes up hungover at Surf Bum Central at
Yes.
Mountain's place.
At Mountain's place, the surf report is going off and
Fucking
surf's up.
chaos. The alarms
Everyone
are going
runs
off.
out.
The phones are
Everyone's-
ringing.
Yeah, it's happening at fucking Zuma and everywhere
And
else.
this dude in the giant bell bottoms and hat, he surfs in them. Mm-hmm. He surfs in them huge blousy
Probably.
bell bottoms.
Probably.
And Michael finds Frankie in there, all
Yes.
hungover. Well, he already knew he was in there. He brought him there.
Well, yeah, he was. He's like, you're at my friend Mountain's place, but
and
he doesn't
makes
run
him
out.
this fucking drink.
This wake up cup. Like, what the
Alka-Seltzer,
fuck?
Folgers crystals,
Keith
and
Richards
a full
swears
Coke.
by it.
And I'm sorry, he chugged this, and the burp that came out was so small. The burp that would come out of you after you chugged an entire Coke full of Alka-Seltzer, you
Oh,
would be
yeah.
burping like
You'd probably
you would
be
turn inside out.
skywriting.
Yes, you would fly
It would
across
be
the
like-
room.
It would be like how I fart in the morning when I swear
yes,
I don't
it should have
fart
been
in
like,
the night. Lifted me off the seat.
it's because they were trapped all night, okay?
I know. I could like the farts don't leave. I tried to say that to my husband once. I'm like, I don't think I fart in the night.
He's like,
because-
"Bitch."
He's like, yeah, you do. You fart all night long.
All night.
You're like, damn it, go along with it.
All night.
Shut the
Oh my
fuck
God.
up. All night. All night long. All night.
So yeah, he loves it. He feels great, and then he
Right.
realizes who this dude because he goes, "Oh, I'm forever in your debt. You want to use Ford Fairlane?"
Right. I'll get you.
And he
a
was
used
like,
Ford
"Oh, could I
Fairlane."
marry your daughter?"
Oh, you're
that
Michael.
guy.
You're that guy.
So he strangles him for a minute because you know he's an
Of
abusive
course.
motherfucker.
He's a weird, corny motherfucker.
And then he gets him to admit that he was trying to bang Annette every single waking minute
Right. He
when
was
they
like,
were that age.
you're going to tell me that you were with Annette and you weren't trying to get in them panties like every fight. He's like,
Never.
Never.
All right,
not until our
sometimes.
honeymoon. Well, okay. Every waking moment.
Yes. So now is actually a pretty good time to take a break.
To go back to the beach.
Well, when we come back,
We'll go back,
be
to, the beach. You know what? You're
Yeah,
right.
we'll be
You're
back.
right. And when you're right, you're right.
We'll be right back to the beach.
Okay, Garth, we have 25 seconds to encourage people to listen to the Least Haunted podcast.
I thought you said we had 30 seconds.
That's because I had to say we only had 25 seconds. That took 5 seconds.
Okay, well, I could do 25.
Now it's 20.
Oh, we did episodes on Atlantis, the Mine Apocalypse, Headless Horse People, Stonehenge, the Kraken, Genital Magic.
Garth, we don't have enough time to list all of them.
Okay, well, so the important thing is we heavily research spooky, haunted, paranormal topics from the perspective of two skeptics in a fun podcast every other week.
Well, I do all the research.
And I listen.
Be like Garth.
Be like me.
And listen to the Least Haunted podcast.
And we're back
We are back
to the beach.
to the beach.
Literally.
Yes, because now they have come back to their old stomping grounds, the beach.
Bobby has a big old fake chest tattoo.
It is the bloody surf demon.
And Mom's like, it's
That's
so
really cute.
He's like, I'm going swimming.
Right.
Wash this off.
Off you pop. So yeah, he like doesn't even want to. He's like, whatever. I'm gonna go wash it off.
Yeah.
because I don't want to. It's too cute.
And Sandy's watching Michael surf out there, and Mom's like, you know what you need to do? You know what I would do?
What I would do if your father was standing right
Instead
over
of
there,
having a mature adult conversation.
Absolutely, I'm gonna go over there to Troy.
And of all the people,
I know.
you know he's sleazy.
But this setup though,
Full on, he has a freaking
He's got, like,
microwave and
a
a blender
couch
and a couch
and a Barca lounger.
a bar
Yeah,
on the beach.
Sure.
Where's this shit plugged in?
that's where he lives.
So yeah, she goes over there to flirt and talking about, oh, if your dad was here, only little
He
does she
is.
know he's over there
totally
lurking
there.
behind surfboards.
And unfortunately for her, he's not the pugilist that he used to be.
Right? She's
because-
like, oh, if he saw this, he would come and knock him out. Which, why would he knock him out? You walked over there.
right, like he'd punch him and then kiss me.
But no,
They
that's
deserve
not what-
each other,
That's
quite
not what
frankly.
he does. He goes to Connie.
Straight over back to Connie's.
And
It's that hair, it's too good.
that's where he finds out she's Michael's mom.
Right.
And
he's,
he's
like,
like,
wait a minute.
And then she's all, bro, we
get
never
real.
fucked.
Like nothing ever happened. He's like, really?
He doesn't even remember.
I know.
How
that's
many
what,
stunned mullets was he drinking back then?
right. Like how many stunned mullets was he giving other people to where he can't even remember if Michael, who is engaged to his daughter, may or may not be his son.
Oh my God, could you imagine if it turned out that was some weird twisted plot line of this is
What a
Where it
twist!
was going.
you've been
Right?
sleeping with your half brother?
Like, oh, by the way, for the last 6 months, you've been boning your half brother.
No, you can't get married.
I mean, it is a lot of body glove. It could be.
So Bobby's teaching the surf punks about cherry bombs. And they're like,
cherry.
they love this kid. They're like us.
Oh, I
they're
know.
like, yes, Bobby.
You are
tell us
so
all about
cool,
it.
Bobby.
And he's like, oh, let's go charge a bunch of shit on my dad's
Right.
Amex.
Right,
It's
let's go,
American
like-
Express.
Crash out my dad's credit cards. It'll be fun.
And Michael's telling Frankie and the boys he's going to go apologize to Sandi. And Dad's
He's
like, no.
Let me give you some shit advice.
You got to trick him.
Yes.
He says straight up, you got to trick
them.
him.
Trick them.
And Mom's asking, oh God, this
I know.
whole scene
I know.
is, all right, this song, it's Fishbone.
I
So
know.
it's like, all right, it's good.
Do you Jamaica ska?
So
you
apparently
Jamaica
the
ska?
ska is a dance, not a form of
Jamaica
music.
ska?
So we have this whole, she goes up to somebody, oh, do you know Jamaica ska? And Fishbone's there. And they're like, yeah.
We
We
do.
know it. Ska,
Jamaica
ska,
Ska, ska, ska. Yeah.
do the ska.
Yeah.
That's an old ska song.
Is it?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Do the
the ska.
ska. But
Jamaica
yeah,
ska.
So
It
she's
reminded
leading
me of the time I went out to eat with a friend of mine and I could not figure out, like, we were looking at the drink menu, like the little fancy drink menu, and one of the drinks was Jamaican Me Crazy, but I could not figure out what the fuck it meant. I was all, Jamaican Me Crazy. Jamaican
Putting the
Me
emphasis
Crazy.
on
And
the
he,
wrong
like,
syllable.
my friend was like, say it slower. He's all, you can do it.
Jamaican
You
Me
can do it. He was
Crazy.
like, I'm circling the airport. He's like, I know you can do it. He's all, say it a little slower. And I'm all, Jamaican Me Crazy. He's like, no. Emphasis on the wrong syllable. Jamaican Me Crazy. Oh!
She gets it. She gets it.
Yeah, it took a long time. I was embarrassed.
So Frankie's trying to show the boys how to have fun, but everybody's attention is on Annette.
Of course,
She's-
because now she's jamming out there with Fishbone. Nobody wants to
Yeah.
play fucking beach football with Frankie no more.
and I'm sorry, but was she not in a black and yellow polka dot bathing suit before the song started, and now she's in a red and white polka dot like Minnie Mouse
Yes.
ensemble?
She had a whole setup.
She had like, where'd she go get changed?
I don't know. It's the magic of the beach.
Guys, I was incorrect.
What?
Jamaica ska was created by Frankie and Annette.
I was gonna say that can't be a
There was
real.
cover
I was like,
made, but
okay.
a ska band did a cover in '98. I just couldn't read the number.
Oh, okay.
96.
Okay, so that was not they.
No,
That's
they
a
started
Frankie
it.
and Annette special.
Yeah,
Ska,
yeah.
That makes
ska,
more
ska.
sense.
Yeah, Jamaica ska.
Yes.
Jamaica ska.
64 was their version, and then an actual ska band covered it later.
Okay.
After Fishbone.
Okay, that makes more sense.
And when Dad gets depressed, he sells. And so
Yes.
he went and got a hot dog cart.
I know, like it's raining out there on the beach, and he went and got a hot dog.
How
cart,
long
like,
has
out of-
it been? How long is this? The very
I know
next day.
they have like
I
he's
think
left.
I know why Sandi moved across the country.
Seriously.
Sandy, I know.
And he comes across Michael, who's in there painting surfboards,
Right.
and he's like all ready to market these boards. He's like, "No,
No.
just give them away.
Yeah, I
Do it for money." That's a lot of.
That's a lot of
You
work.
spend a lot of time and work and money on making those.
Remember that whole sequence from what was that fucking movie? The one with the surfers and like he like wipes out and he gets all scratched up on the thing and they put the what's that?
Was
fucking
it
with the
North
cute-
Shore?
Yes, that's the movie.
North Shore. Put that
Where
on the
he's
list.
yeah, it needs to be. Where they put he's making the boards,
Yes.
or whatever. That's what this gave me.
Yeah,
It
totally.
took me to North Shore. I was just waiting for that guy to show up, and I wish he did.
I
'cause
wish
he's
he
super
did.
Cute with his big
His
old
little
nose.
hair, little floppy hair over his big old nose. So Dad talks him into like, hey, if you're serious about like marrying my daughter,
Right, then you should be thinking about like having a job and making some money.
So back to
What?
what?
Sorry, on Google. R.I.P. Annette Funicello, pioneer of American ska?
Are you fucking
Shut up!
joking
Is that
with
the
me? That's
AI?
an AI
That's
answer.
gotta be
It's
AI.
on a website called largeup.com.
Large up,
Who does their research with AI?
right?
Because-
They must because
But
what
this
the
was
fuck?
back in 2013 when she died.
What the
Wow.
She was
Oh.
a pioneer of American
Is this like how Blondie was like the originator
Right.
of rap on
Right.
MTV
Yeah.
because of fucking
Wow.
Rapture?
Wow.
Come on. Come on.
So back to Daddy-O's where
That's
Dick
ridiculous.
Dale and Stevie Ray Vaughan with his personal fan.
Yes.
That
I saw
hair
that. He was
blowing.
doing like the fucking hairography. Like,
Yes, he
girl,
was.
that getup gets hot.
True. And
That getup gets
and now,
hot.
is it just me? And maybe it's because they were in this movie together, and because I saw this movie when I was probably 8 years old.
Right.
I used to think that like Stevie Ray Vaughan was secretly Bob Denver in a wig. Does he not look like Bob Denver? He looks like Gilligan. When I was a little kid, when I was a little kid, I thought Gilligan was like also Stevie Ray Vaughan somehow. Because they look like they could be related in the face.
I never thought that.
But it was probably just because they were both in the bar in this movie and they have similar features.
She has like a weird memory glitch that makes her like...
They're the same person now.
Never, not a once. No, I never thought that.
No, never.
It's just me then. Just me. So the Kahuna's there with Michael talking about how much he misses Annette and that the solution is a bonfire. That this is what we do.
I set things on fire to send her a signal.
And she knows.
Yes.
She knows it's time. But he's like, well, that's not going to happen because the harbor master doesn't give permits for after dark parties.
He sure does not. So they go to see the harbor master.
And
who
Inspector
Maxwell
Gadget
Smart.
himself. Yes, Maxwell Smart, a.k.a. Inspector Gadget, is the harbor
Don
master.
Adams. And it's already a no.
Yeah, right off the
love
bat.
His little bar setup. That's like the front end of a boat, and he's all dressed up in
Yes.
his little like harbor master wear. It's
And you
so
know
cute.
he's a self-appointed harbor master.
Oh, 100%.
Nobody pays him to do that job.
He decided he was the harbor master. He was like, "Hey guys, I'm the harbor
He
master."
just lives in that little boat
Everyone accepted it.
Everybody did.
because he's got that voice.
I know he's got like that authoritative. He like made a phone call on his shoe. And they're
I
like,
fucking
absolutely,
loved
I
Get
want
Smart.
that fucking shoe
Love
phone.
Get Smart.
I want the fucking shoe phone so bad. Even if it's just a prop, even if I can't make any calls from it, I'd prefer to make calls from
I need
it.
to make calls.
I know. I would prefer to make calls from it.
Somebody make a phone case for a smartphone that's
Please,
a shoe.
that looks like a shoe. That's like from Get
Or
Smart.
you could just get a shoe and put your phone
I guess
in
I
it
could, but that's
and then
not
make it
fun.
fast.
That's fun.
I want someone to make it for me.
So they try
No,
compliments.
Tessa's
That's
gonna
not
get a shoe with a phone
working.
in it, right? From me for Christmas.
And so they convince him he's won Harbor Master of the Year.
Yes,
There's going to be a
so he can get the
ceremony and a
permit.
trophy. So he gives them the permit.
Yes.
So cut to party time.
Yes.
And Annette knows right off the bat. She's like, "Oh, this is an
I know
apology."
exactly what this is because at first they're like, we're not invited. To this
Yeah, that's
big
what
party.
Sandy thinks, and she's like, "No,
and
no,
that's
it's
like,
for
no,
us."
This is for us. Like when your father wants to apologize, he sets some shit on fire, and I get it.
And so Michael comes and brings them in. Like, I'm so glad that you came. And he tells, "Oh, nice to meet Mom," because he has not formally met the mom yet.
Right.
And he says he makes and sells surfboards, and she's like, "You
give
don't."
them away, and he's like, no. I
sold
sold
7 today. Your dad taught me about responsibility.
Yeah. And of course, Annette's like,
Oh, you can have your place to yourselves tonight.
right.
She
like
knows what's about to
I
happen.
like to fucking stay here a bit. Like I'm gonna go stay somewhere else. So you can. And this whole time, not one mention of Bobby.
No, where the fuck is Bobby?
No one cares.
Bobby who?
Bobby.
Nope, don't know him.
Nope.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of Bobby.
I don't have a son. What?
Bobby who?
So she goes to find the Kahuna, and he's hugging up on Connie.
Every fucking time.
And so she goes to, again, back to Troy. Troy ain't making nobody jealous, ma'am.
Once again, like
in this outfit.
all of you, I know.
I think Annette just wants to get roofied.
I know.
She's looking for it. She's like, I gotta get high.
She's got entirely too much hair to be sober on this night.
It turns
So
out
she
she
goes-
just eats all that peanut butter because
I
she's
know.
allergic and she likes the high. of
Right? She gets the high off
anaphylactic
of
shock.
like yeah. It's kind of like autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yeah,
yeah. But that's just how she lives her life.
That's her
In a
kink.
constant state of autoerotic asphyxiation.
So she goes ask Troy, do you surf?
Does Dolly Parton float? Does Oprah eat? Does Michael Jackson have flammable hair?
Oh, yes, to all, I guess.
Do you ever shut up?
Does what? Does Dolly Parton float?
Yeah.
Big
I don't get it.
floaty
She got
titties.
them big titties.
Oh, okay. That's
it.
Annette.
Right?
I
Do
know.
you float?
Annette probably also floats.
So the harbor master shows up looking for the ceremony, the trophy, and is like, "Oh, there is
you
no
tricked me. But
there's
hey,
no ceremony."
Go get Bridget.
Yeah, and Bridget comes in, and he's like, "Okay, that'll do. That'll do."
But take me somewhere dark and quiet, but not so far away where no one can hear
Hear me scream. She knows. She's like, "Mm-mm."
He is given the vibe.
So now Annette and Troy are surfing in these full
On this
outfit.
fucking green screen, she's like, take me
On
out
the
to
board
surf,
with
where
him.
She got this wetsuit that's also a skirt, and it's like a pink polka dot.
and his like he's still got his gold
Gold.
chains on and his gold wetsuit. So silly.
Sure, right.
So they come surfing up, and Frankie's like, hey, you're supposed to know what it means when I burn stuff. And she's like, yeah,
Right.
like I did until I caught you all hugging up on.
Exactly. Every time I find you, you're all hugged up with Connie. What the fuck?
So Troy comes up, and now the Kahuna clocks him.
Right. He was like, hey, your shoe's untied. She's like, you're so stupid. He's like, stupid? He's not even wearing shoes.
And why she's mad, all she wanted the whole time was for him to punch this man. That was what she was waiting for. And
That's
now
what
he
I'm
did
saying.
it.
These two people are annoying and they deserve each other.
And she goes to tell Connie, you can have him if you want him. And she's like, girl, every time I have him cornered, all he talks about is you.
And I'm the bad girl. I don't get the guy. And she's like, I wish I was the bad girl. She's like, well, if you were, it's impossible. But if you were, you wasted a completely amazing
incredible pair of
rack.
hooters. She says.
Hooters.
So so now she goes back to her husband. She's like, all right, I think we're about even now.
Yeah, no winners, no losers. Because that's what he's like, oh, yeah, we fight, but it's not really a fight.
They kiss and make up just in time for Pee-wee to be carried in on a surfboard.
Bird, bird, bird. The bird is a word.
Bird.
Yeah,
Bird is a
surfing bird. Don't you know about the word? Everybody knows that the bird is a word.
And everybody gets up and sings and dances on the stage.
Yes, he's got that handlebars on the surfboard.
Yeah, so it's like his bike surfboard.
Yes, and like he takes off into
He
the
does.
sky.
He shoots off into the sky on a
just
surfboard.
like at the end of Pee Wee's Playhouse when he takes off on the scooter.
Nobody questions
Nope.
it.
Because why would you? He's magic. Shh.
And now everybody crowds around to hear the story of the big accident.
Well, they're like, well, you've been here and you haven't even gone in the ocean. Like,
The
what
story
the fuck?
is boring
I know.
and short.
It really kind of is.
This is the
but
big dramatic story.
It's after dinner, so he has to tell the surf accident story.
And so,
But
they're like,
like-
what happened to the big caboose?
Kahuna.
And they say he looks like an Italian loan shark.
He does. He does. And Annette won't let him like really tell the story. She's like, you tell it so much better, but she keeps interrupting him.
Yeah. Have you heard of the humunga
Cowabunga from Down Under? Those words. Like I
Triggered.
wasn't necessarily locked in until I heard those words. I'm like, yes,
This is it.
I'm here.
So he had the biggest wipeout ever. He was in a coma for weeks and he never surfed again. The end. That's the story.
That's it.
Except for the clouds rolled in.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, they,
But
like,
it was like a
set
big
it
old
up,
wave.
but-
He wiped out hard. He was in a coma.
And here comes Zed and crew crashing the party on
Yep.
the ATVs that Bobby bought them on Dad's credit card.
Of course.
Don't call me Bobby. I got a gang name.
It's Surly. Shirley?
No!
It's
You know what?
Surly. All
No,
right.
it's Knife.
Nice?
You want us
That's
to call
a
you Nice?
name.
Forget it,
Nice.
I'm Bobby.
Bobby. He's like, well, that's better. Like, your Bobby's more manly than those names.
And he tells them he's the president of the surf gang now because he bought them these ATVs on Dad's credit card.
Right. And he's the president of the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
And Zed's like, hey, this is my fucking beach.
You got to shut this party down.
Yeah, this is Zed's beach. He's like, well, we'll surf for it.
Oh, well, who's going to surf? Michael. The Michael's the
Right.
best they've got.
Of
Which
course.
we don't know that. It doesn't ever
mean, we saw him
establish
surf
Michael. We
kind
know he
of,
makes
but-
surfboards.
Sure, and he surfs as well.
But we don't
like-
know if he's the best surfer on the
Well,
beach.
like the surf punks are probably the best surfers on the
Probably.
beach. That's all they goddamn do.
right? They don't got jobs.
Who's the one? Oh, I forgot to mention in the very, very beginning that babysitting for 75 cents an hour where they like, it's like the one guy and then like they
And then they
move out
change
the,
to the
other
other one.
guy that's like the punk animal.
And then he like makes the baby all punk rock
Well, yeah, but like who is leaving their baby
with these people.
for 75 cents an hour?
Well, because first it was like all a clean cut
Doesn't
guy,
matter.
but still.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyhow.
People who parent the way Frankie and Annette parent.
I
Like we're
guess
busy
so.
having parties on the beach,
We're doing
man.
beach things. Take my baby.
$1.50.
Eat my baby.
So of course the Kahuna gets so excited though he slams his bongo down on
Right
Michael's
onto
foot
Michael's foot
and breaks it. So now it's time for the surf off. June Cleaver's announcing.
Yes.
The Beeve and Wally are judging.
Wally and the bee.
And Zed arrives pulled in by jet ski
Yes,
with
they
his gang.
come in. It's like all dramatic.
And everybody cheers. And now Robin, who's a character who was just hanging out with Sandi before, or
Right, like
something,
she's gonna
didn't even know
fucking
she could surf.
Oh, he can't surf, so now you're gonna go against Robin. He's like, Robin can't even
And
fucking swim.
So how about the big potato?
Kahuna!
He busts out his giant board. That's
He
a
went-
pier.
And got it off of the
The
shrine
big Kahuna shrine.
to him.
And now Bobby's a little bit worried. Like, I
don't know about
my dad
this.
has not surfed in my whole life.
Right? And she was like, oh yeah, like there's 3 rides out. the judges will judge on like originality, flair, and all this shit. And then when Zed shows up, she's like, "Oh, you must represent darkness, evil, and godless communism."
And then he's like, "Don't forget." What did he say?
Oh, don't forget ugly, lazy, and disrespectful. Shut up, bitch.
Was it a Breakfast Club reference, you think? Or was it just
it was
is
after
that from something
Breakfast
else?
Club. It's after Breakfast
Or but
Club.
did Breakfast
so it has
Club
to
take
be.
that from something else? Or
I don't know.
That was the only time
was
I ever
okay,
heard it.
little John Bender.
that's what, he loved that movie.
I'm sure he did. He wanted to be John Bender so bad.
So now, Zed's out there showing his stuff. Kahuna's
Right.
scared. Annette gives him some courage. Michael gives him some tips.
Right.
And he can barely drag this fucking giant 9
know.
foot long surfboard.
Annette tells Bobby, like, sit down and shut up. Like,
yeah,
I'm
she
done.
puts him
Like,
in check.
You get over here.
She's like, look, I know we haven't spoken to you in 2 days and the local gang adopted you.
I know, but now
don't
I'm
give me
gonna
any
be
guff,
a
young man.
parent all of a sudden out of fucking nowhere. And like Frankie starts in on that I used to be, and everyone's the primo surfer of the whole state, the Big Kahuna. He's ridden waves you wouldn't even photograph.
Which makes no
If
sense.
he does this today, it will give him back his pride and courage, the respect of his son, and put the zip back in his marriage.
Okie dokie.
All right. I don't know why everybody knew that.
I don't know.
Everybody knew that.
So, and the Beav and Wally are doing like a Siskel and Ebert style judging.
8 for me, 6 for me.
That's a
On
2
Zed's,
thumbs down.
right?
Yeah.
On Zed's ride.
So the Kahuna is not taking any waves. He's just
No,
like floating
he's
out
just
there.
out there. Like he can't even get. He
Out
hasn't
to
been in
the-
the
yeah.
ocean. He's having a hard time catching a wave. He's having a hard time getting out past the break.
And then thunder rumbles. Oh no!
Oh,
it can't
be. But it is.
The humunga
Cowabunga from down under. Just so happens.
And even Zed is like, he goes back on the beach and
I know. He's like, come
hey,
in,
you gotta
man.
come
like,
in.
You can't be out there, man. He's gonna kill you.
He's got a heart of gold.
Zed's a nice guy. He's so cute.
But the Kahuna rides the giant wave.
Of course he does.
Indiana Jones music plays.
Dun, 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 dun.
He's shaving.
Yes.
He's playing golf.
Yes.
He's
hanging
somebody
out.
comes up for an autograph.
Yes, he's signing
mid-wave.
autographs. And he makes it. The Big Kahuna is back.
The big crapola.
tens across the board.
And now he's Bobby's new hero.
of course, he decides to emulate his father.
And
gets
he's got this like shark skin suit
With
and this
the
helmet
hair. The
so
hair.
bad. I miss the original Bobby. Don't
Same.
emulate your
Don't-
father.
don't be
Emulate
Frankie.
Zed.
You should. Zed's the better.
Be hot and a badass, but with a heart of gold.
Absolutely.
Who cares if your dad dies?
So
I mean, who does care? Not that sounded like I said, who cares if your dad dies?
I know.
meant, who does care?
who
if your dad
does
dies?
care?
Really?
So, and then suddenly Zed, Troy, and Mountain have a singing group.
Yes, they have like a whole musical number, his 3-hour tour. And like he wants to be her main squeeze. And she's like, I thought you'd never ask.
Like she's been eyeing
I
Gilligan
know.
from the corner
and
of the
that's
bar
when
all this
the
time.
skipper shows up. Like, we
Hot
gotta go,
walking.
little buddy.
Yeah, he's like, oh no.
He's like, what?
It's only a
just
3-hour tour.
It's never just a 3-hour tour.
And so Frankie and Annette sing their little love song.
Of course, like again and again, again and again.
Are we the corniest couple you've ever
They
seen?
say
or
what we
what?
have all been thinking throughout this whole fucking
Yes,
movie.
they do.
That they are so corny and they deserve each other.
Yes.
Not an actual couple.
I know, but never.
Yeah, so yes,
blew
big
my
reveal.
fucking mind.
Big
blew
reveal
my
from
fucking
Kim.
mind that Frankie and Annette have never been together. They
Nope.
went on one date, didn't go well, and they had like other children with other fucking people.
And so this movie doomed us to think that Frankie and Annette were a real life
Have
couple.
always been together.
And have
Went out
always
for
been.
pizza once and then just decided to be friends.
Right,
Yeah.
And then Frankie knocked up his wife like
8 times.
And he's still married to her.
And he's still alive and still married to
Yeah.
the same woman. He didn't kill her with all those children.
Didn't kill him.
Well, I would think her before him. What would Cumming kill him for?
And yeah, and it also just doomed me to think whenever I hear bird is the word, I cannot not think of it as Pee-wee on that surfboard.
For sure.
So I have to retract my statement.
Oh.
It is true that Annette did bring ska to the States.
Oh my
What?
God.
I know. So,
Damn it, Jim.
I know. I can't get my facts straight tonight.
God damn it, Jim.
So Jamaican ska was indeed, so I read that correctly the first time. It was
Okay, it was an
actual
old
ska
song.
from the 60s.
Okay.
Annette then played it in a movie with Bob Hope.
Okay.
Introduced it to the American public.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jamaica ska.
According to Norwood from Fishbone, confirmed this.
Okay.
Credits
All
her
right.
with bringing ska to the American people.
All right. Thank you,
Okay,
Annette. Then.
thanks, Annette.
I had my rude girl era back in the day.
who didn't?
So we actually do have a couple of messages.
Oh, okay.
This one I
Good
forgot.
ones?
Yeah, I think so. This
Or
one
band ones?
We
This
gotta
one
get
I forgot
involved
to
here.
read. This one actually came in the middle of May, and I totally forgot. This is from Fort Calling Kens. You ladies never had a Scotch egg? With the right preparation,
looks good.
a meat-covered, hard-boiled egg.
looks
Because this was
good.
about us talking about putting whole eggs in the meatloaf.
Oh, see, but that's whole
Which
eggs
is
in a meatloaf.
different.
That's different. I saw a picture of it for Calling Ken's. It did not look appetizing.
No.
I don't want meatloaf eggs.
No, I want a Scotch egg though, for sure.
Yeah.
And he also said, I performed in Antigone in my middle school performing arts class. Can't for the life of me remember which part, though. That was a billion once-in-a-lifetime historical events and several substances ago.
Wow.
Love the show as usual.
You know what? You used to be able to get a Scotch egg at the Falconer, the Royal Falconer.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. They had like
I've never had one.
they had like pub food.
Oh,
you get like
okay.
pub
Is
food.
it like a pickled egg?
No, it's like an egg
it's wrapped in sausage and then
it's like a hard-boiled
breadcrumbs.
egg wrapped in sausage and breadcrumbs and then deep fried. It's good. I
looks
feel like
good.
I've had one.
I have not.
I feel like I had it at the Falconer.
Seen one in real life, and I want
Me neither.
That does sound like food you eat when you're drinking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, bomb.
Yeah. I wish they had spotted dick.
Oh, I want to try that too.
I know. I want a spotted dick. I knew a guy that had a spotted dick.
Oh, no.
It was not what you're thinking though. It was just discolored.
Thank God.
Was it a vitiligo situation?
Kind of.
And now we have a voicemail.
Oh.
Hey, ladies, this is Ghostbuster Joe of Ghost Head Nerd Talk Podcast. You know, me and the girls are always being nerdy and doing that fun stuff. But, ladies, do you ladies remember Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yes.
I'm in the dark saying that in my studio, just standing here looking at the wall, which we're ringing a bell here. But, what was your favorite episode? Can't wait to have
yes.
you ladies on our show, the Nerd Head Talk Podcast, with the ghost in front of it. See you soon.
So, yeah, we just did an episode or a
We
live
did.
stream with the Ghost Head Nerd Talk podcast about all of our favorite cartoons from
Yeah.
childhood. But he wants to know, do you have a favorite Are You Afraid of the Dark episode?
Yeah, I'm cold. And the prom date one, the one where they have to drop off the prom date at the gates of the cemetery and whatever. That's a good one. That's a good one. And anything with either Sardo, no Mr.
yes.
accent on the dough, or Mr. Vink with a v.
See, and I can't even remember specific episodes, but I do remember that Jacob Tierney,
Yes.
Pastor Glenn from
was
Letterkenny, was one of the
Midnight
kids
Society.
in the Midnight Society.
Yes.
When they
Yeah.
sit around the campfire?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All those shows were filmed up in Canada.
Yeah, they were all
That's
'cause
why
they
I
were
love because of
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon. I love Canadian programming apparently because they all say a boot.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, all of those, and then the one with the foxes. I like the one with the foxes and the hounds, and the one with the time travel. What? Oh, girl, are we gonna do that later? We might do that later. Watch some fucking. Are You Afraid of the Dark?
All right, I'll do that.
I'll
I'm
bust out
down.
today's special because that's more for me.
Oh, yeah, I remember today's special.
That too.
That I remember.
I remember Pinwheel.
Pinwheel,
Yeah.
pinwheel, spinning around. Yes.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Little
And we have one more
encyclopedia.
voicemail. One more voicemail from Jason.
Ooh.
Doom.
Ooh.
Doom to all who oppose us. Hello, my favorite doomers. Tessa, Nicole, Kim, Liana, all you guys.
Hey, we're all here.
It's Jason. Haslett. We chat every now and again. Anyway, so I have been behind because I've been overloaded and underpaid with work and shit.
Aren't we all?
But so I just caught up with all three of your last episodes, last one being Look Who's Talking. And who the fuck ever thought any of that would be a good idea, especially in 1989. But yeah, you guys did excellent as always. And I have to ask, no offense, Kim,
Are you like 4.5 foot fucking tall? Because you sound just like one of the managers here where I work. Same vocal intonations, same voice. So
You sound like a small manager. He works with.
Just curious, you know. But,
Kim, are you a small manager?
Thank you for
Yeah, give me
everything
those
that you
TPS
do.
reports.
You guys are awesome. You're wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep them coming. Love you all. Have a wonderful day. It's Jason. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
Thank you. Fuck you too.
Thank you, broadcast.
Yeah, I was like, no, she's about the same size as us.
yeah.
I think maybe an inch shorter.
Exactly 2.7.
Yeah,
feet
5'6".
tall.
Right.
It's a respectable height.
I'm
She's
the one
actually-
that keeps listening to the. Oh shit! I forgot the movie. The Little People movie. The Leprechaun movie. Never.
Oh,
mind.
Darby O'Gill and the Little
Yeah,
People.
That's you
That
that's
movie's
listening
fake.
to
No,
it.
actually,
My
she's a
people.
podling.
That's not
She's
a
a
real
podling.
movie.
She's a
everyone.
podling.
They're
She is
lying
actually
to
very
you.
small. She's in my pocket right now.
But yeah, I replied in a text because I said, I was like, LOL, no, I think she's just a little shorter than us. We're like 5'7". He goes, oh damn, don't kill me then. Sorry, my mushrooming curiosity got the best of me. And then I said, I would think a person Danny DeVito size would have a higher pitched voice, but what do I know?
Why does he think I'm so tiny?
Because
of
somebody
my
who works
voice?
with sounds just like you, and that person is like 4.5 feet high.
Kim's 2.5 feet.
She's
my
exactly
Actually-
3.5 inches tall.
She's 3 apples tall.
3 apples.
Exactly.
And I wear a white hat.
Yes.
All blue.
Ooh, actually, she's got a beard and she wears a red hat.
That's why I'm
And
wearing
she's
a
in
mask
charge
so
of
you
all
can't
of
see.
us.
She's our manager.
She's our manager.
Jim, the manager.
Jim.
I'm writing you all up.
She's
including the
making
guy
us
who
work
called.
late.
So if you do want us to play, they will be played.
They'll be
They will be
played.
read. If you want us to play and read your messages that you send us 702-720-DOOM, hit us up. But just know,
We all see them bitches.
they will be played. They
We
will
see
be
them.
read.
We hear them.
So whatever you want to do, it doesn't. You can. We've had people call and do impressions. We've had people call and leave songs. We've had.
They're
just,
all great,
you know,
for the most part.
As long as you're okay with people hearing them, say whatever the hell you want. We don't care. And until next week.
We'll talk at you next time.
Later, Doomers.